Hello everybody, I'm Storm here. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Online Endwalker. In the last episode, we continued our investigations into the activities of the forum. But first, we ran into Kryl, who temporarily served as a conduit for Heidelin to talk to me. And she gave us some cryptic information, and also gave me one of those flowers, which is going to supposedly be important. So, we have that now. But that was around the same time we also kind of got caught by the forum and dragged before the entire forum at the Rostra, where we got into a bit of a debate and argument about what's going on. They confirmed that they are working on something big. They also confirmed, they acknowledged that there is a doom approaching, but they wouldn't give us any details, and we did avoid getting kicked out of the city, though. Fortunately, someone on the forum who's more friendly to our position spoke up. Scholark Monteshane, I believe it was. So we can stay in the city, though our activities have been curtailed somewhat. We can't continue our investigations here. So we now need to move on to the next bit of business, which is the request that we received from the alchemists of Thavnair for assistance in dealing with the tower that has appeared there. So that is what we are going to be doing next. So we're going to go talk to Kite at the confluence, where Thancred, Eorzea, and Estinian are going to be there probably to meet us. So let's go ahead and get back to it. And what's the closest to the confluence? Probably the Aetheryte Plaza. So this is where they engage in teleportation research, I believe, and they apparently design aetherites. Well, let's talk to some people here before we actually hit the NPC we need to talk to. Researching teleportation magics is difficult in that it requires an abundance of space, which in turn requires an abundance of funding. Thankfully, we can use this public facility free of charge. Pikemo, over here. The study of teleportation requires a firm grasp of the fundamentals of ether, so I make it a point to study the papers of those who have come before me. I'm currently studying a treatise written by Ejika Tsunjika, truly a luminary of his field. Of Albain? I'm researching the Far East's Tenkonto. Here's a bit of trivia for you. It's made of timber. Is that not absolutely fascinating? My, what a mysterious and exotic land such a place may be. Yeah, it's pretty nice. Alright. Heat. Hit. I think that might be properly pronounced. There's the crew. Well, now, this is a lot of stern faces. Are my library books overdue again? Not to our knowledge. We're associates of Kryl, the students of Baldassian. We seek passage to Thavnair and understand that you can assist us. The test subjects. Welcome. Test subjects? Oh, you hadn't heard? Well then, allow me to explain. So in order to travel to an aetheryte, you ordinarily need to be attuned to it beforehand, right? Otherwise, you can't use it as a beacon to seek out while you're a mess of ether hurtling through the lifestream. An inconvenient but incontrovertible limitation of aetheryte teleportation. But what if I were to tell you that there's a way to travel to an aetheryte without being attuned to it? A way to teleport instantly to places you've never been. For long years, we've labored to make such travel possible, that people might move about more freely. And we've finally done it. We've created a new kind of aetheryte that doesn't require attunement. Oh, really? Truly, that changes everything. Well, my language may have been a bit misleading. The user need not attune to these aetherites, but the aetherites themselves must have been pre-attuned to each other, thereby facilitating travel between the 2 points. Yeah, that would also still run into some other inconveniences, right? Because in order to travel to a number of different locations, you'd have to have an aetherite for each potential destination, which would consume quite a bit of space. So, not exactly a paradigm shift, but interesting. But just so happens that of our first test pair of aetherites, one has been installed here in Sharlayan, and the other over in Yedlamad, a port town in Thavnair. As you may know, our nation has long maintained strong ties with Razat Khan, and indeed we owe much of this breakthrough to the contributions of their alchemists. So to sum up, we're to test these aetherites. How fortuitous for you. I should mention that an accident has impaired my ability to channel ether. Will this be a problem? Not at all. As a matter of fact, you might say that these aetherites were made for people like your good self. The magics imbued within will whisk you away without any effort on your part. A veritable dream come true, and far be it for me to worry about such things, but do we have permission to make use of your shiny new invention? The only permission required is yours, so assuming you're willing, we're all set. Excellent. It may come as a surprise, but we actually struggle to find test subjects, so I wonder why. Most people seem to have an unreasonable fear of their souls gradually disintegrating as they drift helplessly in the live stream, in the statistically unlikely event that something goes awry. But it's plain that you aren't most people. Mistress Kryle truly knows how to pick them. But we also have little choice in the matter. Alright, if I might change the subject, are Master Wilfson and Mistress Blervida not present today? Oh, you didn't hear? They've recently resigned their posts. Their expertise was needed elsewhere. Oh, really? A large-scale project helmed by the Forum itself, as I understand, but I'm not privy to the details. Well, very few people seem to be privy to the details of the Forum's large-scale project that they've been working on. I see. Any other questions? No? Let's get going before you change your minds. Please see to your preparations and head outside to the Aetherite Plaza. I'll be going along shortly. Alright. Off to the Aetherite Plaza. In case you were wondering, the Aetherite still functions like a normal one. It's just been upgraded to allow unattuned travel. I'll see you there shortly. Okay. Alright, well. Eorzea, anything to say? The words unsaid yet weigh heavy on my heart. I shall devote mine all to our task in Thavnair. Yeah, you still have some unfinished business you need to deal with. Thancred. Given my experience with teleportation, I'd be lying if I said I didn't have reservations, but I will trust in Kryle. Yeah, last time he got teleported, like this, you ended up in the Dravanian Forelands, in your birthday suit. Alright, Estinian. I shall teleport the tried and trusted way. Good luck. Yeah, because he's attuned already. Alright, let's see what this is going to be.
Right, we're all set. Just the 4 of you, was it?
3. I'm already attuned to the crystal in Thavnir.
You are? Oh, I would have preferred more test subjects.
As of course you would.
Oh, well, never mind. If our 3 travelers could line up here, please.
Alright, let's do it. And I see you're backing off to a safe distance.
Yes, right there is fine. Take a deep breath, and I'll soon have you soaring through the ether. Oh, and one last thing.
What?
You might experience a teensy-weensy touch of violent ethereal sickness. Good luck!
Oh, now you tell us.
What?
Leaving that part to the last second, of course.
Thavnir, home to city-state Rads at Han. Rising from the southeast waters of the Bounty, this Isle of Plenty served as the battleground for a conflict between 2 peoples. Their cultures bled into one another until a unique amalgamation was distilled from the chaos, in a process not unlike their precious alchemy. Once solidified as a single nation, an adamant stance of neutrality would hold invaders at bay. For a time.
We're in one piece.
Now across this vibrant isle creeps a fog of malice. What choice do you have?
Uh-oh.
What chance? Against such an insidious foe.
Well, looks like we're all down for the count. There's our tower.
I've seen fairer faces after a bout of bad shellfish. Let me bring you something to drink. That should help settle your bellies.
There was a note with Kryle's instructions. Don't let Estinian roam the markets alone. He's alarmingly bad with coin.
Oh no. We need to avoid incurring Tataru's wrath. Alright, you managed to will yourself to your feet, but given your condition, will you be able to reach Justinian in time? Oh no. Well, there's the Aetheryte, but we have bigger fish to fry. Uh-oh. Alright, I think we made it. Estinian? You there, I need 3 drinks. Something that helps with ether sickness. By the Manusia. A traveler. I mean, greetings. Greetings and welcome. You are wise, good sir, to come to me. My special Lassie, made with only the finest and freshest ingredients, is famed for calming unruly bellies. By way of warm welcome to Thavner, I'm pleased to offer it to you for the low, low price of 19,800 gil? For not one, but two? No, not one, not two, but 3 bottles. A bargain amongst bargains. Almost 20,000 gil for 3 bottles? Are you kidding? The price is high road robbery. It is. And you want to say as much to Estinian, but you realize any words of warning you cry out would be accompanied by your last meal. You must stand before Estinian and using gestures deny that the deal is fair. Alright. Let's deny. I thought you could barely stand. What do you need to tell me that's so urgent? Wait, I shouldn't buy the lassie? This merchant is swindling me? Ugh. Sincerest apologies, sir, but I appear to have my prices confused. It's actually 1,890 gil for the 3 bottles of lassie. Now that's more like it. The confusion would have been quite costly for both of us. A nice idle threat there. Very well, then, your coin. Here, a bottle for each of you. Take them to the others and get some rest. I'll be back after I've explored the town. Alright. Let's take care of the sickness first. Before we do anything else. Alright, Eorzea. He's just trying to keep it down. Praise be to the 12. My stomach doth loosen its death grip. My heartfelt thanks to thee and Estinian and to the fine fruits of this land. Lassie, I think, is some sort of, what was it? Like, spiced yogurt? Interesting. You were in time. Excellent, you spared us Tataru's wrath. Sweet release. If you hadn't already, you should have yours too. Right, ready to get on with it. That lassie truly worked wonders. Back on your feet, I see. Thy hair. Ah, he tied it back. Aye, I bound it. It is the most I could do against this heat, short of shedding my armor. May I ask where you got the cord for it? A local vendor. The man said it's a Thavnarian weave, tough and not easily unraveled. And how much did it cost? 9,400 gil. A steal, I was told. You paid 9,400 gil for a length of cord. Okay. There's nothing fancy, but I've always valued function over form. That's incredible. I dare say not even Alphino could hold a candle to you. Alright, how do we want to respond to this? I expected the Azure Dragoon to put up more of a fight. Yeah, we'll go with that one. We'll sass him a little bit. On that subject, I shall refrain from making comment, yet I cannot help but observe that the merchants seem overzealous in their pursuit of profit. Claiming Thavnar as its dominion, the nation of Razdat-Han hath long thrived as a hub of commerce. In the beginning, there were the Arkasodra, a Matanga tribe indigenous to this land. Over time, they came to be joined by other races, and through their intermingling, a culture rich and distinct did emerge. From alchemy to textiles, the products of Hanish culture have come to be celebrated and coveted the world over, a development only aided by the nation's prime location as a waypoint betwixt east and west. All this hath combined to make a trading power of Razat-Han, yet such a status cannot be taken for granted. Nay, it must needs be maintained through judicious governance and stringent regulation. Neither of which I see any evidence, given that the merchants at a gateway town are free to fleece hapless travelers and tarnish the reputation of the nation at large. Just so, that opportunistic pricing is rampant doth suggest that oversight is much weakened, or mayhap that the people have fallen upon hard times. Whatever the truth may be, 'twould be prudent to ascertain the current state of affairs. Prudent and practical, aye. We have naught to lose by learning more. So ere we seek out Kryle's acquaintance, shall we see what information we can gather here in Gidlabad? Excellent. We didn't exactly get off to a flying start, but we'll make up for it. Yeah, Amra Lassi is a blend of yogurt and spices, right. Refreshing drink is infused with the mellow sweetness of the Amra fruit. So it's got some spice, some fruit, and some yogurt. Alright, now, we're going to make one adjustment here. Because I think, as I have mentioned before, I'm no longer blind. I have played through, well, pretty much all the story on my other character. And one thing I found is very useful to do is actually level 2 jobs at the same time. Because the amount of EXP that you get through the quests, the main scenario quests, and all the side quests, are way more than you need. So, what we're going to do here is we're going to switch to a different job for this particular stretch. So we're going to go ahead and switch over to Machinist. And we're going to play through this segment as Machinist. Alright, Oriange. Be thou assured that I am quite recovered. Lassie is truly a boon for unruly stomachs. Now, do I need to make any adjustments to my skills? I don't believe so. Not armory trust. Actions and traits. Let's see. Everything else I think is pretty much the same. No real adjustments have been made to this job. Alright, so, yeah. Alright, Estinian. Is it truly so amusing to see my hair bound? 'tis how I used to wear it, a functional fashion. Perhaps you were confused by how you found me following Nidhogg's demise? It had fallen loose after the Kyrugians removed me from my armor and put me to bed. I simply decided to leave it that way for a time, seeing as I would not don the Azure Dragoon's helm again. Okay. I mean, it really wasn't that worried about it. But, okay. Alright, Thancred. His stomach behaving once more. Thancred is ready to get to work. Right. Let us split up and make inquiries in town. Ayame, the pier is yours. Once we have learned what we can regroup by the Aetheryte. Off-putting, though, the mere sight of it may be. Speaking of the Aetheryte, we need to actually attune here before we do anything else. Alright. So we need to gather some information here on the pier. Alright, we have a crate of fruit. The crate is laden with fruits, but they are on the verge of spoiling, as if they have been left too long. Alright. Gazing out from the pier, you spy boats moored off nearby isles, with the silhouettes of larger seafaring vessels farther away. Yep. See that? Compared to other ports you've visited in the past, there appears to be very little activity. It seems like the port town has fallen on hard times. Jinalil? What am I doing? Oh, recording my sales. Still do it daily out of habit. Well, I don't know why I bother. I hardly sell anything these days. Business has never been this terrible, but I suppose things could be even worse. I could have a consortium to keep afloat, like Khazal. I don't envy his position. Better to be alone with my little operation, I've come to realize. You're a traveler by the looks of you. If you have a moment, perhaps you could pay Khazal a visit. He'd be glad for tidings from abroad. Like as not, you'll find him at the Saltwind Sails, the Harbor Guild building across the water from here. Okay, that's a lead. Kefiraz. Well now, if it isn't a traveler, you're a rare sight in these unsettled times. People have been giving us a wide berth since that accursed tower suddenly appeared on Norunar. If it just stood there and loomed ominously, perhaps things would be fine after a fashion, but no, it had to spawn fell fiends as well. We still have our lives, thanks to the Radiant Host, but business is as good as dead. What'll become of us? Only the gods know. Ah, that makes sense. The giant, ominous tower spewing forth summoned fiends is driving business away, as you'd expect. All right, so here's the guild building, and there's Khazal. You have anything to say? I take it by your appearance that you don't hail from these shores. How fascinating. What do you require of me? Tell me about yourself. Me? My husband and I make our living by selling what goods we can. We met on a ship crossing to Limsa when we were but fledgling merchants, and we've been inseparable ever since. We mainly deal in spices and fruits that can't be found anywhere else. This island tells a story through its cuisine, and we aim to share it with the world. Why don't you try some yourself? Go on, the journey will be worth it. What is this place? This is Yedlamad, gateway to the Thavnarian Sea. In the old tongue of the peoples of the continent, the name means new port. The waters here are shallow, so only small boats can make it to the docks. However, that means the port is well protected from harsh winds and violent waves. Larger ships, more laden with goods, tend to moor at Ulnar. Ever since that tower appeared on Naronair, we've seen fewer and fewer merchants make their way here. Trade has come to a halt, and our wares sit rotting under the sun. So we've seen. Unnamed guild staff. Now, what do you expect me to do? Okay. Well, let's start the calls all here. The Dalmascans aren't coming. We already have everything they ordered. What are we supposed to do with it? I don't know, but yelling at me isn't going to help. All I know is that their plans have changed, and that's that. Look, you must have known this might happen. The Empire is at war with itself, and the provinces are in chaos. And then there's a tower sitting on our doorstep, spitting out monstrosities. The city has its defenses, but we've been afforded no protection out here. You can't blame foreigners for not wanting to take the risk. Yeah, but this will be an enormous loss. Alright. Forget about the Dalmascans. Surely some ships are still coming. We have fresh produce, handicrafts, medicines, all the perennial Hannish favorites. Our consortium works closely with merchants and artisans, supplying only the finest wares. Quality is guaranteed. I mean, I don't think you have to give your own staff the sales pitch. I know all these things, calls all I know. Which is why I regret to say I have nothing for you. All voyages have been cancelled or indefinitely postponed. And you are? Wait, you're a foreigner, are you not? A merchant? Please tell me you're a merchant. Unfortunately not. I mean, I do have some gil I could spend, but that's not much. I see. That's a shame. I'm sorry, but we're discussing important matters. If you need something, please talk to one of the others. Excuse me. My name is Metzia, and I'm here to see Kalzal. Oh, it seems he's busy. I'll come back later then. Alright, well, let's have a chat with this guy. Yes, can I help you? Can I help you? I remember seeing you back in the guild. You wanted to speak with Kalzal too, did you? I'm Metzia, a fisherman of Akali, a nearby village, Akiali. I sell my catch to Kalzal, who offers it to foreign merchants, but he hasn't bought anything for a while now. When I heard that the consortium had been struggling, I came worried and decided to come and see him. But as soon as he's free, or just as soon as he's free anyway, he's a hard-working man and I dare not disturb him. Alright, and we got hand gear, but I don't think we need that. Yep, 525, and this is probably 515 gear, right? Yep, item level 515, don't need that, so we'll store it for now. Alright, Matsuya. What can we do? If I may ask, what is it that you do? I kill things. And blow things up. And smash things. An adventurer, you say, and you travel the world helping people? I guess you could call it that. Then that must mean you're great at dealing with strangers. Please, won't you teach me to be like you? And I can teach you to smash things. You see, I brought some fresh fish with me, the portion I couldn't preserve, and I want to sell them. The problem is, I'm terrible with people. I've ever only dealt with Calzal, and I can't talk to customers without getting my trunk in a twist. So please, as silly as it might sound, will you not peddle the fish in my stead and show me how it's done? If I must. If you're willing, please let me know and we can begin at once. The events to follow cannot be skipped. You may wish to cancel any pending duty finder registrations. We don't have any pending duty finder registrations to cancel, so that's fine. To do it then, show me how to deal with customers. I'm in your debt. Right. Please try peddling my fish to, shall we say, 3 people here in Yudlamad. I will observe you and learn. Mattia is now accompanying you. Keep him at your side in order to proceed with quest objectives. You can leave Mattia behind, but yeah, okay, yeah, he's following us. That's all the same stuff. All right, well. Maruna. Okay, let's talk to you. Yes? No, we're not going to start with the sales pitch right away. Greetings, friend. How fare you of late? Greetings to you, too. I suppose I'm well enough, given the circumstances. Things have settled down somewhat, but it was utter chaos when that tower first appeared. Everyone grabbing whatever they could, trampling over each other to get to the city. Many remain there for now, but I could not stay away. Had to come back, continue with my life, such as it is. Whether or not it was the right choice, only time will tell. I go with it's too risky out here. Maybe you ought to move to the city too. Well, I make sure to keep well clear of the tower, and when more monsters emerge from it, I heed the Radiant Host's instructions. No place safer than the city, of course, but if everyone up and left, what would happen to Yedlamad? Dangerous though it may be, I'll keep doing what I've always done, to the extent I can. I understand where it may head, probably carry on doing what I do best as well. Continue the conversation. What do you do for a living, if you don't mind me asking? Well now, a fishmonger. Yeah, we're playing the fishmonger at this point. Do you have your goods with you? If so, I'd like to buy some. Like me, you're doing your part to keep things normal. I respect that. Alright, Matsuya, you're up. Thank you for your custom. The catch of the day is Shallow's Khan, delectable stewed in coconut milk, or baked with a sprinkle of salt. We succeeded in making a sale. Excellent. On to the next one. Speak with Nashreen while accompanied by Matsuya. Okay. Over there. All right, Nashreen, let's see what you had to say. A hawker, are you? Do you sell fruit by chance? If so, I want to buy some amra. Let's say a dozen. They don't need to be export quality. Why do you need so many amra? Why, for eating, of course. It may seem like a lot, but of late, I go through that much in no time at all. I'm a stock taker by trade, but with no vessels coming these days, the wares are beginning to pile up. By the same token, nothing is coming from overseas, but not a day goes by that someone doesn't come asking when the next shipment is arriving for this and that and this and that. All of it wears me down, and I find myself feeling constantly hungry. Are you sure you're actually hungry? You know, when I think of it, I'm not so sure. Rather than hungry, perhaps I'm feeling unfulfilled, and I try to fill the void by gorging on food I like. Do you like fish? Fish? I do like fish, as a matter of fact. Why do you ask? Because we happen to have fish. Oh, so you're a fishmonger. Apologies for the misunderstanding. Seeing as you're here, do you happen to have any acciali sardine? They're perfect for a spicy soup. Oh, we just so happen to have a fisherman from Acciali right here. We certainly do, madam. And if you like it spicy, I also recommend them pickled in oil with a generous amount of chilies. Oh, that does sound like a wonderful challenge. I didn't have fish in mind at first, but I dare say I'll enjoy these. Thank you. Success. Alright, one more. We need to speak with Lazama. All accompanied, of course. And where is this Lazama? Up here? Alright, let's see what your story is. What is it? If you don't mind, I'm rather busy. Oh god, it's my stomach. Ugh. Ether sickness? No, nothing so unusual. In my hurry to get back to work, I just ate a little too quickly. I think we'll go straight for the sale here. The fresh fish will settle your stomach. Food is the last thing I need right now. Go and sell your fish to someone else. Well, that didn't work. Never mind. We just approached him at a bad time, and timing is everything, yes? Thank you so much for your demonstration. It was truly eye-opening experience. Come, let's return to the pier. Well, that wasn't the right move to make. Oh well. Will you follow me down here? Yep. Okay. Alright, so here's where we need to be. Thank you so much for showing me how to talk to customers. Managed to sell to 2 of the 3 people you approached. Adventurers do indeed have great conversational skills. Watching you at work was very enlightening. By applying the lessons I've learned, I hope to one day peddle as well as you. Still, there's only so much I can do alone. I hope that things will return to normal for Khalzal soon. I thought I heard a familiar voice, and who should it be but Matsuya? Oh, it's Khalzal. Khalzal, have you finished your business at the guild? So you were there too. Forgive me, try as I might, I can't find any buyers. No ships coming in and hardly any going out. There simply aren't any options. At this rate, so you can't buy my fish anymore? I'm sorry, Matsuya. I truly am. But for now, you must peddle your own goods. But by myself. I can't. I want to help you, I do, but as it stands, I can barely help myself. I poured my all into the consortium, and I'll be damned if I let it fall apart. My friends and families depending on me, and I won't fail them. The sisters as my witness. That's all. Not to worry. Using what I've learned from you, I'm sure I'll manage somehow. Well, I had best return to my village, and my thanks again, and please take care of the road. Take care on the road. Alright. I have side quests, but I'll worry about those on my own time. But let's meet up with Thancred and see what the word is. I think we got a good picture of what's going on here, though. Let's see what Estinian has to say first. There you are. Gotten over the ether sickness, have you? Yeah, I'm fine. And Eorzea? Mayhap, owing to the island's small size, the tower's impact upon the people's lives doth appear to be more pronounced here than in Eorzea. Alright, Thancred. I see you've been busy. Managed to learn a tidbit or two, I trust. Indeed. I see. We also heard that the tower is affecting many locals' livelihoods, but to think that it would be to such an extent. For another notable, if not wholly unexpected discovery, disappearances and kidnappings are disturbingly commonplace. Well, that sounds familiar. As before, the culprits are almost certainly tempered Imperial soldiers. And as before, they mean to use the faith of their hapless thralls to call forth the Lunar Primal. Business as usual for the Telophoroi. Alright, Estinian. Judging by his furrowed brow, something important has just occurred to Estinian. Okay. That Matsia fellow you were helping, he's Arkasodra, is he not? Apparently, 'tis almost exclusively his people that are being kidnapped. Should he be traveling alone? Probably not. If summoning is the perpetrator's aim, it does stand to reason that Arkasodra would be their primary targets. For 'tis the faith of their ancestors which prevaileth in this land, and many are devout adherents still. Better go after him. Achiali lies to the west, as I recall, the same direction as Kryle's acquaintance, incidentally. Alright, 2 birds, 1 stone. Until then, keep your eyes peeled while we make for the village. Alright then, let's make our way to the village. Well, we've already arrived at the destination. You do not see Matsia nearby, but the elevated ground up ahead may provide a better vantage point. Alright then. It is up this hill. Can I get up? No, nope. Okay. You do not see Matsia from here either. No, leave me alone. Help. Somebody help. Oh. Matsia's voice, and it came from the north. Oh, that's kind of out of the way, isn't it? Oh, there he is. And appears to be being harassed by intemperate Imperials. Alright, no trouble at all. Huh? Where did they go? Why are you here? I killed them. I see you found him in time. You and your friends came to look for me? I don't know how to thank you. On my way home, I took a moment to stop and rest, think about what to do about, well, everything. And then those men came. Kidnappers. We'd heard that the Arcosodro were being targeted. Surely you have as well. Perhaps it's best if you took refuge in the city. We've considered it, me and the others, but fishing is all we know, the ocean all we have. I see. That's your decision to make, but you should take care not to travel alone. A question, if I may. It is our understanding that strange fiends have emerged from the tower. What canst thou tell us of these beings? Not much, I'm afraid. I have no idea what they are. I have heard that some bear an unsettling resemblance to our divinities. It was a little foggy to see the tower. For that reason, some have taken to calling the tower Zot. House of Divinities in the old tongue, it means. They're not true divinities. They're monstrous imitations that bring only death. That one's faith so twisted is a grievous indignity, and full justified art thou in thine outrage. Know that 'tis for no other purpose but to neutralize the tower that we have journeyed to this land. In time, we may be forced to contend with these false gods, and thus we would learn all we may about them. Wilt thou not tell us of thy divinities and their true nature? You come all this way to save us? Really? To think I had you peddling fish? It was fine. To answer your question, yes, of course. We would gladly tell you about our gods. We, I say, because I'm a terrible storyteller, and I'd ask my fellow villagers to do it. So please, come to our village. We're good gods-fearing folk, all of us, and we'd be honored to share our knowledge. And fish. What sayest thou? Shall we pay a visit to Achiali? Sure thing. Sounds like a plan. Wonderful. Just follow the road west and down the hill. You can't miss it. Seems to have cleared up a bit. So 'tis the simulacra of the Thavnarian gods that are being summoned. If any doubt existed before, they can be done now. The kidnapped Hanesh are imprisoned in the tower. I pray that we'll be able to save them. Though indeed, saving them will mean confronting their false gods, like as not. I, as you said, will do well to study their religious traditions. To Achiali. Alright, well, let's make our way there. A bit of a drive, so I'll be back once we're there. Okay, so here we are, Achiali. And we'll just go ahead and talk straight to Matsuya here. Welcome to Achiali, my friend. The name means White Beach, and there isn't much here save that, but please make yourself at home. Your companions have already begun talking to everyone. Feel free to show yourself around and do the same. Any of us can tell you about our gods, but you could do worse than to start with Konga and old Asveda. Asveda? They're free at the moment, as it happens. Alright, so we'll need to start asking around the villagers here about what we might be running into. But I think we'll save that for next episode. So, we'll stop here. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time.